That's fine.
Who needs an intro anyway?
Who needs an intro anyway? That's right. Hello, everyone. We are here in another wonderful episode of GT New Horizons. I have the illustrious Metis with me today,
Hello.
and we have been solving problems, namely fixing all the things that have been broken for the last week. And Metis has been kind enough to assist me with that. I'm just getting all of the chats ready because, like, for some reason, like the chats in Streamlabs just don't always work. So I have to set it up like this. But so just to kind of go over a few things. I want to say not last week, but the week before last, like we ran into power problems while working on Palladium, and we couldn't get this thing working. Well, Metis and I figured it out today and got it working. So that is perfect. But we discovered one other small problem after we got it working, and that's that we are at 1.7 million pollution right next to our garden. However, we decided to salvage a air filter, and that is keeping the garden perfectly safe, so that KGN does not flip out when his entire garden gets turned into a desert. So we are good on that front, and we're making more turbines because the main turbines for this is basically dead. And KGN logged off with some of the turbines, and I don't know where KGN is. I'm expecting him to hop in at any moment and be like, "Here I am," and queue up like 600 turbines. But I already queued up the turbines. They will be done within an hour or two, and we'll hopefully get that done. But the big important thing is we finally have enough power coming into the grid that we are now producing more than we're taking out. Beforehand, it was always like a back and forth and not quite sure if we're keeping up with it. But now we are actually keeping up with our consumption. But even 2 XL gas turbines is going to barely hold it when I turn these other EBFs on. And I'm tempted to turn them on, but Metis was suggesting I not do so. So we're going to work on something completely different today. So I wanted to get Palladium Processing done. I am at the point that we have the reprecipitated palladium dust. We have a flark ton of this in the system. It produces all of these byproducts, and we're going to do something with all of this. But it also gives us our palladium, which is one of our main byproducts we need to work with today. But in order to do that, we need to do formic acid, which is going to require us to set up a couple of reactions as well as a recycling system. And that's what we're going to work on today, if possible. The other thing we're going to be working on today was, I believe it was the tree farm thing. Tree growth simulator. This is the other squirrel we're going to be doing today. So we have multiple squirrels. 2 to 3 squirrels for the price of 1. It is a bonus squirrel day for you all. And we're going to be working on getting all of that done systematically. And Metis is just along for the ride to hang out and tell me everything I'm doing wrong while I'm doing this, because I have no one else to tell me. Like, I'm all alone, See, there's no one here. It's just me. So Metis is keeping me company.
Yep.
But did I fill my O2 tanks? I did. You know what, let's start with the T3 schematics, because we can get a few other things with that as well. So we'll start with that today, since everything else is cooking. I know one dungeon's cleared, one dungeon was dead, and it was just a chest. So if you find one that's just a boss and no chest, I can take that key to the other dead one. But we need to at least get one more schematic, and then I can clone it for the other peoples. And go from there. So let's kill this. Let me take a look here. So this was cleared. This is the one that was broken. So I'll do chest only, no boss. Right there. And I believe I was searching up north for another one. So maybe we check this quadrant down here and see if we can find one. Maybe we can collect some slimes. I know Ryan wants me to also go and collect nodes. He said that I needed to collect a bunch of nodes at some point. So we may look into making some warded glass for that as well. So we may do a little thumbcraft today. And, well, I'm thinking about it. Dooby-dooby-doo, copyright free, where are you? We'll do some copyright free music going on. I did actually pick up the Epidemic sound. At some point I'm going to go through and download a playlist and get a like Winamp or something going for that. I know they have some playlists in Spotify, but it's not anything I care about. Oh, here's one right here. All right. What could possibly go wrong?
Would you like a list?
Sure.
Well, honestly, not that much.
Yeah, so did you know that was a thing that they instantly spawn when you break them?
Kind of, yes. Doesn't really matter in most situations, because if you're breaking spawners, you probably have a Vajra. And if you have a Vajra, you can just...
Yep.
fly.
I take all of these too. Viniculum isn't going to get itself.
Use cobwebs for that? Not soul sand?
I could do soul sand too, but like we have cobwebs, so. Can you hold still? You're worse than a freaking baby zombie. Thanks, Space. Can I has it? But yeah, I use cobwebs. It's a good source of it. And it's free.
I don't think it's easy to craft, though.
It's not easy to craft. But, oh dear. Oh look. I'm on fire again.
Imagine if being on fire actually mattered post LV, MV, whatever you can make the pigment backpack.
Yeah. Oh, there's a slime egg here. Question is, do we actually have a boss this time? It's not looking favorable. Oh, I think that's a boss room though.
That's definitely a boss room.
We either need a boss room or both. I would prefer both, but I'd be okay if we just had a boss room because there's another dungeon with just a chest. So it would work out. And save all these for EECs later. Do I have a sword on me because I gotta play tag? Alright. Can you imagine if they revamp these boss fights? Where there's like phases.
I don't want to imagine.
Like, have you ever played the, oh, what was the name of the mod? The Cataclysm mod or whatever? Where it has the different, like, Eldritch bosses, like the Leviathan and stuff.
I'm pretty sure I haven't.
Yeah, there is a boss. They have like different phases and stuff, and you have to use mechanics and dodge things and
I mean, I know how to fight the Urgas in the Twilight Force without a ranged weapon. I've paid my dues in that regard.
oh, there's a baby creeper over there. Alright, so do we have a chest? We do actually have a chest. And it is giving us the Astro Miner schematic.
Pretty sure you can swap between the different schematics at the same tier.
You can. You can. I don't really care about the rest of this. Do I want... Alright, so I'm going to mark this as cleared. Oh, it's not going to let me. What was the entrance to this one? Cleared, but fetch X. Is there a use for the Astro Miner now?
Not that I'm aware of.
If I do this, it gives us the T3. And then if I take a look at this... what is the actual... NASA, workbench, blah, blah, blah. I can scan it into a data schematic. And then... I can take that data stick with the schematic, a heavy-duty plate, and a circuit, and I can create the T3 rocket chip, which then I can use to make all of the schematics. And that's what we're going to do. So this needs to be an HV scanner, so I can't get around that.
You have an H3 scanner?
We're about to find out.
If you don't, you might want to craft an IV scanner for later.
Alright, this is a scanner 2, and that's blue alloy, so this is definitely an HV scanner. I'm seeing explosives, but I'm not seeing data. There we go.
One of the most amazing machines on Earth.
1800 seconds!
Yeah. Welcome to scanning.
Alright. Well, we got that part done. We'll make the chip eventually.
Next squirrel.
Next squirrel.
This squirrel is on the back burner.
We're just gonna pretend everything's fine.
Yeah, this is why you want to make an IV tier scanner.
Yeah. Eventually. That's a problem for future, Hotch.
That's a problem for enters into LUV Hotch and forgot to scan the components.
Oh, because you have to scan the IV components to get the LUV parts.
Yup. And if all you have is an LV tier scanner, that is gonna take forever.
Good to know. A swig of enlightenment. Do I want to use this for anything?
It's basically a bottle of enchanting, bottle of XP. Forget the name. That's a
But
lot of.
cognition.
Okay. Did not know that.
We're just gonna throw that in there for reasons. Ryan likes having his cognito aspects. Oh, he needed some anyway. He's only got 20 left. But yeah, you get both Panis and Vinculum from the thing, so it works out. And like, if I ever have problems, I just right-click this thing and then walk away, and then eventually my warp just goes poof. It's not a bug; it's a feature.
Well, it is a bug, but if you set it up right, it might as well be a feature.
I set it up correctly. It's actually set to run in perpetually, so it will run forever. But if it's going to just randomly shut itself off, who am I to argue on that? And, oh, yeah, I meant to throw that in there because I didn't want to deal with it.
Give it to the chickens. Let them start arming themselves.
Why in the hell would I give a bow to chickens? I already have KGN, like, creating a chicken army. The last thing I need is them to have numbers with weapons.
Because then you can make a potion of reflect arrows using witchery, and suddenly their weapons are useless.
Yeah, KGN will find a way. KGN will find a way. There's always a way with KGN.
The chicken army arms race.
There's always a way. If there's a KGN, there is a way. That should be like a statement. If there's a KGN, there is a way. Okay, so I need sulfuric acid. I'm going to go back into the palladium thing. So we need our chemical reactors, which we have like 80 of. I need energy hatches, which I have 2 EVs. We'll see what we can do about that. Oh, the circuits are done. So we're still waiting on that. Yep. And then all the other stuff over here, I think. Because now that we have power, we can finish this and have palladium. And then I think the last thing is ruthenium?
Ruthenium, I think.
Yeah, the sodium ruthenium. Did I never... I wonder if I can skip this just by picking up an entire stack of palladium when it's done.
Should be able to, but I don't think it'll give you the quest leading up to it in this version.
Alright. So then... Oh, thank God. Okay. Alright, we're saved. I just need some cells.
The fluid was the optional task, wasn't it?
Was it? Is it just
Think
the,
so.
Is it just the salt? Yeah, so I need to prevent that from turning on. So if I did this temporarily, that turns this on. We start getting salts. Oh, you know what? Let me turn you off as well, because I think you take the salts. Yeah. No recipe found. What are you missing? Did I mess myself up by leaving this on? I might have. I think I did. Oh well. Do you have any platinum? No. Rare metal. No. I guess we're waiting a little bit. That's fine. We'll just wait. It'll come eventually. But yeah, we're gonna build this in here, and you actually reminded me that I needed PTFE tubings. We need PTFE pipe casings. We need like 9 of them. We need to also get the PTFE properly processing again, because that just took 20% of it. Casually.
Welcome to LCRs.
Yep. So, first thing I'm going to get going is the formic acid, which is going to be 2 multi-blocks. That will totally work the first time and absolutely never, ever, ever go wrong.
Obviously.
And the formic acid, it's actually a combination of sodium formate and sulfuric acid. Sodium formate is carbon monoxide and sodium hydroxide. Now this we should be producing via our passive farm. I don't believe we are currently. I will get that going. Like, we have all the stuff to passively produce it. We just currently are not passively producing it because stupid reasons. But we're going to be doing things just a little bit differently with this multi-block. Normally I output directly into the system. In this case, I only want enough of this going in, and I'm not seeing an input hatch. I only have the quads. I don't want to waste a quad on this. So we'll have to get an output hatch made. But we're going to be setting this up so that it it only produces this in the amount that it wants. So we're going to have a fluid detection cover and a machine controller here. And then we're going to have the input on the other side along with the other fluids that we'll be using for the formic acid. Because as you see, it does take another fluid, and I'll set up another export for that. But we're going to be whitelisting how this goes in. My voice is going. I do have input hatches. This two of these. Actually, 3. I need 3. Just take the whole thing with me. Both of these should pull from the main system. When it's said and done. I can't whitelist the input there, but that's fine. So I'm missing the PTFE casing.
Like anything else should be able to get into that input.
Nothing else should, yeah. We have more hatches here. That's good. We will be having an output hatch. I will be using a fluid cell for formic acid. Oh, right, Kayla. Trying to think if there was something else I did that should be discussed, and I think I actually did do something else. I completely overhauled the power grid. That was one other thing that I did. I don't know if you guys
detail.
remember the crazy wiring nightmare that was under here, but I completely overhauled the entire power grid since then. Because we were running out of power. Yeah, it's just a small, tiny detail, you know, just a little thing that I might have done. PTFE. And input, output. And that should work. This will be sulfuric acid. And now it's just doing the cabling. And then setting up. Do I have an electrolyzer here that I can multitask? I do not, so we need to add an electrolyzer. But looking at this, that is 16. It goes to... Okay, so we're using 20 on that channel. Yeah, we should be fine. 5 in the... Yeah, we should be fine. Throw my cable in here. We are braining today. We are pretending to brain today. Formic is the one that needs the circuit, right? We also need the machine controller and the level emitter, which I think I have to get out of the other thing. So... that goes like that. That goes like that. And then once I set the machine controllers and stuff and do the maintenance, we'll be good on this. And that'll make our formic acid, and we can finally make our palladium. See, I'm making some progress today. We have just enough to do the palladium system.
Palladium, you might want to make a few more ZPM circuits
Why?
to upgrade the maceration stacks to T2.
For palladium?
No, I mean you need palladium to upgrade the maceration stacks.
Oh, okay. Okay, so once we have palladium being processed, we can upgrade it. Yeah.
Yeah. They need upgraded machine casings for T2, and that is gated by palladium.
Okay. How many amps am I pushing through this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I should... this side. So I should be able to add the electrolyzer here. And then on this side of this, add the palladium. Yeah, okay. So I said I need a level emitter and I need 2 machine controllers and a fluid detector. Trying to think, do I want 4 mil or do I want to do 2 mil?
Is there really that much of a difference?
No, it's because it's going to autocraft. It's just how often it autocrafts. But the more of it I keep, the more sulfuric acid's taken out of the system.
It's pretty quick to produce, so I don't really see a need to have 1 million in stock. It's not like you're going to use a lot of palladium until LUV anyhow.
Yeah.
Late LUV at that.
So like 1,000 buckets should be plenty of buffer then.
Yeah, more than likely.
All right. So I am bottlenecked by a lack of acceleration cards.
Well,
And acceleration cards are bottlenecked by this.
At least progress is being made,
So,
as you can tell by the smog.
smog. Electrolyzer. You know, thinking about it, I could whitelist the byproduct material to be sent to the main system. And then I can
Actualizing that,
have it exported to the ore processing system and have it go to those electrolyzers.
that electrolysis recipe yielded liquid sodium, didn't it?
So this produces sodium sulfate. Yeah, that's true. It was a chemical reactor recipe, wasn't it? Because, like you said, it was liquid sodium.
Yeah. Electrolyzer is an option, but it's liquid sodium is not something you want to deal with if you can avoid it.
So I'm going to want another chemical reactor.
We have plenty of them.
All right. Yeah, I think there are more of them in the ME system. Wait a minute, why am I doing this? I have access. I can't craft anything, but I can steal stuff. All right. This is fine. We don't need FPS. Do I have maintenance hatches? I'll just start building it and then. Oh god, tell me my long guy is not starting now. Like, surely. Surely he's not. That is surely not what I'm hearing outside right now. How are you set up? Okay, so you're set up that way. In a way, it's funny because I tell them I stream on Saturdays from 2 to 6. I tell him this so that he knows that that's like a bad time to do the yard work, and he does the yard work around that time every single time. There's a meme here somewhere. Alright, so I'm going to want a fluid output, a fluid input, and an item input, and an item output. So I'm going to need 4. So, fluid input. And I know this is going to need fluid input. Do I have all the... Because you output items too, right? Yeah. Fail. Alright, so this one I need formic acid. This one I need hydrogen gas. We'll put sodium erythanate there. And do you have a circuit? You do not. Do you have a circuit? No, you do not. Just to the maintenance. Hook them up. And we will start having palladium. Cable. Script, cross, smart cable. We will have our palladium today. I do not care. Right. I'm sure I didn't avoid too much there just now. Are you actually
Nothing that
connected?
won't be replaced, at least.
Yep. Hey. Emit levels are below limit. Okay. So the issue isn't that it's below, it's that it's the throughput again. Okay, that's fine.
Also, the thing you kind of temporarily broke earlier to get the quest done, I presume.
Which everything else is going, so we're not getting any of the other stuff. You are correct. I have 3 palladium salt. So we've gotten enough process in for 3 palladium salt. But I'm thinking if I just
You could grab a stack of palladium dust and see if that triggers all the quests.
It just said flatline skip, so let's find out. It just triggers the final one.
Nah. Well,
So
alas.
I still have to pick up the dusts.
And everything, yes, for each step. That is, at least, I don't know precisely. That is something that is being addressed, I think, but it's not in current stable, evidently.
Yeah. Why does it want us to get tiny piles?
Because no one changed these quests since you had to use a tiny pile recipe, I assume.
I mean, I can do it.
Are the quest rewards worth it?
Technically, no.
Not really, no. I mean, Palladium Large Sword Blade is very good, but, you know.
I can turn the sodium sulfate off to get that one. And then it'll just build up. And then I can take or formic acid cells for that.
These areas that needed some acceleration cards, it looks like.
Yeah, it does, but I have it turned off at the moment. So I'll hold on to this. I have the one thing turned off. We're really just waiting on salt. I do have 28k reciprocated platinum. So I can take a stack of this. That'll be more than enough. Because actually, I think the quest only requires 2 dust worth. It's mostly platinum salt, so... So we'll set this stuff aside for quests. And I need to set this up over here to export the palladium out. So what are we missing for you to run? Palladium enriched ammonia. We're literally just waiting on the end system to build up. So yeah, with me turning off the salt processing here, we'll get it eventually. But for 144 of the salt dust, like that's... That's 16 dust. So we'll need to wait for that. Alright.
Well,
We're waiting, but we got palladium hooked up. Now it's ruthium that we need to get going, and I think we're waiting on that as well. Because we can't continue that without more chemical reactor parts and stuff. And I think, not 100%, but I think this is where we're starting to get into higher tiers. No? Maybe not.
the only thing that requires IV base is 1 distillation tower at osmium. The rest is all EV or less in the plat line.
Looks like I'm going to need a fluid heater.
No, you want to use the oil cracking unit recipe there, I believe.
Even though it's steam.
Look at the output. Compared to the fluid heater, I mean.
Yeah, I'm just following the chain.
It is a chain, alright.
Okay. But again, that's stainless steel.
Yep.
This might be the shortest stream I've ever done. I am hitting a point where everything is waiting for hours. We got 200 more ingots there. Let's see where the scanner is. Oh, the scanner's done. Okay, so we have one thing we can do. Molten lead. So we need 8 ingots of molten lead.
You could also use something else there. There's more than one recipe.
Or 2 ingots of solvent. Okay. And that's a circuit assembler in a clean room. I need a heavy duty plate 3. Let's see if I have any of this stuff. I have heavy duty 1. I have the T2. So I need a T2 and 4 dash and some platinum. And an IV assembler.
I imagine that's gonna need some EBFing.
Not exactly, actually. No, it's not gonna need EBFing. It's gonna need some exploding.
You have dash plates made?
We have dash ingots, like by the thousands.
Huh.
Like, we never bothered setting up the recipes to do all this stuff yet, because we don't have TNT production. And Ryan keeps saying he's going to make me the TNT bees. We are now on 6 weeks since he said he was going to make the TNT bees.
You know what they say. Slow and steady wins the race.
But yes, I have dash. So
Interesting that you have a lot of dash ingots.
I had it in auto process to automatically process it to ingots a while back, and this is just leftovers from that, because he eventually killed it because it was always taking the EBF. But
What did you use the ingots for?
don't remember. I think I was preemptively making them for when we were in the overworld, because I was going to jump immediately to the T3 rocket, and then it just never happened. And it was like,
Well,
whatever.
You would be the one to do that, I guess.
Like, I'm probably going to auto set all this up for autocraft eventually anyway, just because I want just to be able to click a button and poof, there's a rocket. But for right now, we're just...
Oh yeah, speaking of T3 rocket. Well, actually, that's not an issue.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have everything.
Yeah, was thinking rocket fuel, but you guys have nitrobenzene.
Yeah, we have nitrobenzene, so I can use a chemical or a chemical plant to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you would have to. I think you'd have to upgrade it if you wanted to jump straight to T5-6 rocket fuel.
Yup. I'm not gonna jump straight to that.
Why not?
If I can go, well, I will eventually build it, but initially I just want to get to the asteroid belt and to I just want to get the initial stuff done.
Going to the asteroids to get an Aquata, I assume?
I believe that's why. Like my brain is not 100% today. I say
There's not a lot in the there's not a lot in the asteroids dimension these days.
I know we
It
need.
used to be how you. Sorry.
Yeah, I know we need Naquata from there. There's something else we needed from there, but also just for funsies, like build a little base there. Just have a little base set up there,
Yeah, it's definitely a fun place to build a base.
or take over one of the dilapidated bases, because I think you have to search the asteroids for something at some point, don't you?
So, in the olden days, you needed to visit the asteroids to get the personal dim. Before
Okay.
that was made easier.
Okay.
You also don't have to visit it for Naquata these days. You can get that from small ores on, I think, Ceres or one of the other T3 planets. However, there is one work with the asteroids dimension, and that is that it functionally doesn't require T2 padding, last I checked.
Okay. Oh,
The thing-
right. I gotta get that made.
Yeah. The thing about T2 padding is that it protects against solar radiation. But the asteroids dimension is permanite. There is no sunlight, so there is no solar radiation, at least as far as Galacticraft is concerned, last I checked.
That makes no sense because it's like,
It doesn't, but it's what it is.
all right, so there is our heavy duty T3 plate. So we just need an IV tier circuit, the data stick. That works. So I'll liquefy that. That's LUV tier. There's my ZPM tier. So we'll make that circuit. I need to turn this thing back on, I think. Like you could tell I'm getting exhausted. My excitement is gone. It's just like, I'm gonna do the thing. Herbider. I think it's because I've played GT New Horizons for like 3 to 5 years at this point.
His sanity does start to wear at some point.
My brain is just like, oh, well, there's the thing. But once I get this chip made and I can start printing blueprints, then alright, there's our quantum chip. That's everything. Alright, so data. Is it already? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, is it already done? And that's gonna spit it into the AE system here in a few. In like 3 minutes. Give or take. No. 4 minutes.
Faster than the last recipe, at least.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to wipe this data stick or if I want to hold on to it.
Might as well hold on to it. Data sticks aren't expensive at this point.
Alright, so that was that squirrel. I'm running out of squirrels that I can do today, like without having EBFs.
There's always magic.
Yeah, but I got research for the magic. Let's see, it did its full cycle, we are at 6%. So it only took 1%. That's pretty good.
But the second XLGT, it fills faster now, so there's less load on the first one.
Yeah. Seeing all of that sulfur just makes me happy. It's not going to last, but it makes me happy.
Yeah. Reminds me of it. You are in very dire need of Volcanite.
Yeah. After I get the plat line set up, that might be the next thing I do. Because, like, I have all this blaze powder, but we're going to go through sulfur like crazy making it that way.
Sulfuric acid and sulfur is a problem until T4 rocket.
What do you get at T4 rocket?
Sulfuric acid fluid field.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep. That would definitely do it.
Yep. Fluid drills are crazy.
I was not expecting to actually get through all of that stuff, like, right away. You might be right, Metis. We might be having to do Magic Squirrel.
Magic always has some fun stuff.
We can start tearing apart and building the new auto crafting system.
I assume that's gonna require parts. And,
Yeah. Until the rotors are done.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that Phineas and KGN haven't hopped in here, though.
Apparently they're taking a day off.
They had 2 weeks off. Like, I give these guys so much time off. I give them all the time in the world. I've even offered, like, doing the stream even earlier. Which means I have to get up at a weird hour. I've even offered doing that. But at this point, I guarantee I know where they are. I'm going to verify that, actually. Let's look at the server host. Because they've been no-lifing Star Technology. No, they're not on Star Technology either. No one's on there right now. Yeah. I don't know. Don't know.
I have one idea, actually. For the Blazing Pyro thing, were you going to do... I assume you were going to do Never Stone Lilies for the sulfur, the coal, and the redstone.
Oh, you know, I could actually do that, and we could work on making the bot. Because... So, I was thinking about setting up the bot to do the crop breeding. Because if you take a look here, I got the transvector and the transvector binder. So I have those items prepared and ready to make it. The only thing we would need is automated crop production and a few other things. Let me check and see where we are also on... Because we could do the tree farm. That's another option we can continue working on. Depending on where things are.
Regrowth Simulator is still waiting on Nitnol. Since that was an coded as an EBF recipe instead of an ABS recipe. I say, but it's not on the crafting queue. Huh.
So... Oh yeah, we actually have the... here it is right here. So I was able to make it because I did it through the fluid instead.
Yep.
And we were going to manually craft this, which is 16 ingots of HSSS. And I believe the stars and everything are ready. So if I take this 16 ingots, I take these quantum stars, and I take the ZPM circuits. Now I don't know if the fluid extractor can extract this, but we'll find out.
I don't know about offhand.
It can. Alright. So then... We are doing things today. What circuit are you? You are circuit 1. It'll take forever.
Well, it doesn't take forever at this stage.
But that will make our four thingies.
Yes.
Which I think was one of the scarier parts. And now this.
What plate and gears is that?
That is the nitinol gear.
You might want to reconfigure those recipes to use the ABS instead.
They are.
Really?
In fact, the gear is actually in here. If I click the craft, it's just dust to ingot. You know what? It might actually be doing EBF. You might be right.
Yeah. ABS does, well, it can use the dusts, but you would never use them because why mix the dust and then use the dust if you can just use the components directly?
Yeah. It's an IV recipe,
Ah.
but I think our thing is IV. And it's a circuit 2. So let's remember circuit 2. And we'll change these recipes around. And that's going to make 5 ingots. And then we'll take okay, this is an IV fluid solidifier.
Yeah.
That's probably why they didn't do it.
Not a good idea, unfortunately, because if you check the ABS recipe, or the EBF recipe for nitinol dust, it sucks.
Was it control click? No.
Middle click.
$720. We're gonna deal with this. So there's not a recipe for a fluid solidifier. So we're gonna make one. What IV circuit do I want? Do I want quantum? Yeah, let's just switch it to quantum.
You want to use the highest grade circuits you have available.
So I need to craft it first, but we're gonna put it right here. I think this is where we're putting all our IV machines.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Problem is I think this is going to require tungsten steel.
Yep. That's IV machines for you.
You know what? We technically have both turbines operational for at least 3 more cycles. That's making the steel already.
There's a slight bit of smog in this area.
It's fine. Alright.
Machines don't need to breathe.
Nope. And we're in a fully encased hazmat suit.
Yep. Not that it and the stuff that lets you breathe in vacuum lets you breathe underwater.
Does it?
No.
No?
The galactic... Nope. The galactic oxygen stuff doesn't let you breathe underwater.
You'd think it would.
You would think it would, yes.
So that should speed it up enough that it'll blow through the last of these ingots pretty quickly.
Faster, at least.
So I will focus on the nitinol. Droops. And then we'll replace the one recipe. Alright, so that's a circuit 5, that's a circuit 4, it's a circuit 2. And then does it really require thorium yttrium glass?
It doesn't. It requires specifically, I think, IV tier glass.
It could be, yeah, it could be the excuse me, the tungsten steel.
That just requires tungsten steel.
Seriously? The glass doesn't show up in here?
They're looking for borosilicate glass.
Let's try this again. I could work on Thaumcraft after this, though. I do want to get my warding upgraded because Ryan and KGN have been slightly handsy and stabby lately.
You can definitely do silly things with runic shielding if you know the right stuff and if you are a little bit crazy.
Yeah, so like we're gonna have some fun with it because they're getting to the point that they can almost one-shot me. But the main reason they haven't been able to one-shot me yet is because of runic shielding.
Could also set up a kitchen, get some food, get more hearts.
Oh, that's true. I could do that. I could actually do that because that's one of the things we need to do is I need to make one of every single food. Like, I have a garden for it, for crying out loud. Why have I not done this?
You also have a healing axe, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. This is still waiting on the silicone.
Yep.
At least we're still at this part.
Wake up.
But the last couple Cajun appearances, he comes running in when I'm least expecting it and yeets me off in some random direction with the two giant weapons that he's enchanted with, like knockback, whatever. He managed to get a crazy amount of knockback on it. And it's just like, wee!
Now I'm curious if there's any knockback resistance gear. I'm pretty sure there is, but I don't know what it's called offhand.
I think the Quantum is actually knockback resistant.
There's also, I think, a witching gadgets bauble?
Yeah.
And of course the one sash from Britannia that I don't use because it's not the speed sash.
Yeah. It's like I have the inventory sash and now like I just have another full inventory. And they're like, why don't you just put it in the ME system? And I'm like, because then all of my stuff will disappear. They've already plotted to kill me for my Vajra. Because
You find a way to enchant it with Curse of Vanishing.
But yeah, if they kill me, they can break my grave and then take it and throw all my shit on the ground.
Literally need to set up reincarnation for you.
Right? I need to set up the one blood thing as well. Alright, so everything's still operating well. Do we have sulfuric acid on passive? I know I'm pulling it from the system right now because I put some in there. I put like a flark ton of sulfuric acid. But I didn't see a sulfuric acid production line in here, did you?
Not offhand.
Yeah, neither have I. I think I'm gonna make one. I know it's
If you know you're consuming sulfuric acid, I guess you could check the levels, see if they're dropping.
Oh, it's definitely dropping.
Then it would seem you don't have passive sulfuric acid.
Yeah. Like... Yeah, there's no sulfuric left in this system whatsoever.
That's a bit of a problem.
Well, that's producing sulfuric, though. I don't want to just... Let's go back, grab a super tank, and then steal all the sulfuric from here.
That would be one easy way to get it, yeah.
And then I'll build a passive system. Like double checking to make sure it's actually a super tank.
You could bring a larger super tank.
Ruin the fun of using the Slurp-O-Matic. All this passive stuff is still running. I never actually check it. I needed to go through, just tear it all out and relocate it. Like I've repurposed so much of this. The doggo is away. The doggo is displeased. All right. Let's see how quickly it's going. Yep. That's fine.
This is fine.
Wait. Is it truly almost done?
Looks like it.
Yeah. Cool. It's running right now, so I'm not going to interrupt it. But when the cycle's done, we'll swap out the turbines.
You should be able to place the new turbines in the input bus, and it'll replace them automatically.
Oh, really?
I think.
But there's no
Yeah,
input, there's no input bus.
Well, that's okay, but that would be the purpose of the input bus, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Also, I love how this place is just a complete toxic, just apocalyptic wasteland, and right next to it where the crops are, everything's fine.
Well, it's not that bad. Yeah.
It's mildly discomforting. It's not that bad, and then you take off your hazmat suit.
Oh, we're not doing that. No, 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 no.
And then it is that bad.
No, we're not doing that. No. No, 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 no. This is the only thing left. Alright, let's get that sulfuric acid system built while I'm thinking about it.
Probably have enough parts to scrounge that together. It's not complicated.
It's like sulfur and water, right?
It's sulfur and oxygen?
Yeah, okay. 24. Sulfur, water, and oxygen.
Yeah. The water I completely forget because, reservoir hatch.
Yeah. I only have one energy hatch left. I'll have to make some. Input hatch. They like playing this little Dora the Explorer thing. Can you see where Hachi's messing up? Point it out. He's fucked up right there. Yay! Oh, the fluid thing's done too. We can get that going.
Suddenly everything is possible again.
Right? I just gotta figure. Oh, wait a minute. I think this is the one where he did that really fucked up 7. Isn't it? Yeah. So I'm gonna need to do, because this is pure LUV. So I'm gonna need. Alright. So this has to be clear. So I should be able to set it up like right here. And I can put like the reservoir hatch here or something. And then I can have yeah. So reservoir hatch, little level emitter for fluids. And I need a fluid export from the stash. That queued. Wait a minute. It said it made it, but I don't see it.
Solidifier, not extractor.
Thank you. Queue you up.
Might also want to queue up like a dozen acceleration cards, since you're going to be needing those later.
I'll do that here in a little bit. Because I'm running cable right now, so. Oh, bat. How much improper stuff can I fit in a single, like, line of things? Let's find out.
Depends on how many AA2 channels there are.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine. We just stopped keeping track of that a long time ago. This isn't about efficiency anymore.
Yeah, it's just the ever-increasing mountain of temporary setups.
Yep. Well, the fluid solidifier, the IV one, will eventually replace the other two. Because I plan on setting up an all IV string of machines. But ultimately, I would want the multi-blocks because they can work in parallel.
Yup. And you're in the version... I believe you're now in the version that has the special hatch for it.
No. So...
Not yet?
Well, we might be. We're 261.
261 has it, I believe.
Alright. The special hatch for it?
Yeah, for the large processing factory.
Okay.
It lets you have more than one fluid solidifier recipe per LPF.
Okay. That would actually be nice.
It is. Because fluid solidifying is going to be a problem down the road.
And we determined... that it was an EBF recipe. Well, this is circuit 11. It's probably going to be in circuit 1. No, it's not here either. I don't see nitinol here.
What is the nitinol dust recipe in the ABS? The straight dust recipe. It's on the recycle page thing.
I wonder. There it is.
Aha!
It was in there.
Makes sense. Because if you check the recipe in the EBF, it took an awful lot of power.
It also, I believe, took HSSS. Yes, it takes HSSS to make.
Oh, yeah. Also 48 million EU for a single ingot.
Yep.
That is yikes.
So we definitely made things easier by doing what we did to change that.
ABS ingots you want to make in an ABS where possible.
Thank you. Thank you. And this is why he has all these extreme transformers. Oh look, I have an LUV to IB. I bet you there's a bunch of platinum cable here too. No, there's not, but we'll Q10. Did that seriously just happen? Okay then. You know what? This is fine. Everything's working as intended. Nothing wrong here. Nothing wrong. Alright, so we got oxygen. That's industrial craft sulfur. I want this sulfur. Right there. I believe it is circuit 24.
Definitely 24.
We've done maintenance. Wish I could see how many channels this is using. Alright, try not to look. My eyes!
Only a slight cable mess.
So we're doing 23. I should... Nah, I'm gonna use the same. I was thinking about like setting up a new P2P, but
Not necessary right now.
yeah. I'm gonna keep at least 4 million on hand, emit when levels are below. Keep that on me, and now we'll do the wiring. IV to EV. This is LUV. So we are live. Maintenance is done. So levels are not below 4 million yet.
You did just shove, 11 million in. So,
I'm going to invert it temporarily. And it is producing happily. It does see it. Good. That's what I want to see. Cool. Cool. And that will keep things happy as far as that is concerned. And we will shove a card in here. Now I just gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with the mercury. Because apparently I'm not mining enough to use up all the mercury.
could solidify it. Easier to store that way.
True. Get 12 accelerator cards going because raisins. That's not bad. The movement speed without like the nano boost. Oh my gosh. I cannot handle
Yep.
that.
You get used to it so fast.
Alright, so we got Palladium, we got that going. We hooked up the thingy for the one Naito, whatever, smidja, widja. So
That's a scientific name.
Naito, smidja, widja. So let's try to get two of these crafted. You notice how it tried to make the dust at one point. I think we need to remove the dust recipe. That's
You
gonna
definitely don't. Yeah, you're not going to need it anymore.
it's gonna be in here somewhere, right? It's a 12. Just gonna make sure this thing's actually running.
It's probably slow.
I was worried about the power. But it is running.
you are worried about power, you can always... You shouldn't have to upgrade the transformer, actually.
It wasn't the transformer. I was worried that this might have still been on EV.
Ah.
But it looks like Phineas, in his wisdom, upgraded it to Ivy. Because Finn threw a fit at one point and was like, we are fixing all of this. And then he spent an entire day redoing all of these. And he's the one that came up with this little contraption here, PDPs. And it was quite nice. It was quite nice. So that is making. It's crafting this. It's now crafting all 10 of these. I just had a thought. What's missing here?
Ah. Ingot mold.
I'm going to take a press and clone this real quick. Alright, if I was a forming press, what machine would I be? They remove all the forming presses? Yes, they did.
Not on a multi-block somewhere?
I don't... Well, I guess the... If I can find where... That's a wire factory. Fusion. Cutting factory. I'm not seeing anything that would be considered a press. These are all like laser. Material press. Oh, material press would be, Alright, so that should put one in the system. Good. So that works. The next thing we need for this is 8 of these plates. So I'll craft that.
You're gonna need 2 more for the controller itself, right?
You are correct. So I'll get 2 more after that. I need an IV machine casing. And then EV circuits, not a problem. Nichrome cable, I'm gonna have to manually craft that, I think. And then the Arcanite.
And then the fun stuff.
Maybe, you know what? I think I am gonna make a blast furnace recipe for it. Clear. And then we'll just make a standard mixer recipe for this. Because I'm pretty sure these dusts are in the system somewhere. And since it doesn't care about where it goes. Oh, energy crystal powder is already in there.
Makes sense. You guys definitely have made Arcanine molten.
Yeah.
I keep calling it Arcanine for some reason.
Arcanite's already in here. And I need what? You know, I'll do 288.
Might want to do an ingot recipe first, considering your fluid storage is kinda messed up right now.
There's enough fluid storage for this. We're good on this. Because I still have a green right here.
Ah. That'll do it.
But I'm gonna put another multi fluid in there. And I think I'm gonna have to set up an overflow super tank for mercury. Like, I don't set it up because I go through so much of it when I do.
Yup.
So I'm torn between voiding it and not voiding it.
Don't think voiding it is worth it.
So, fluid, city storage. No, I don't think we have a recipe for the big fluid. We have the single, but not the... I thought there was a assembly machine recipe for it, but I guess not.
Surprised there isn't, honestly.
So am I. So I'll put that right there. And we'll queue up a 64. And then maybe I'll shove all the mercury, overflow mercury in that at some point. But I just hope that are we out of... Do we not have single-use screwdrivers? Advanced tool casting machine, and we don't have a screwdriver. Tisk. 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 But you know what? If I was to set an anchor like right there and attach it here, or even put like right here, we can set up a screwdriver cast. Full casting mold screwdriver. Alright, let's do this. We are going to do the thing.
And so the temporary crafting monster grows even bigger.
Shh. It's okay. I'm an expert. Did I bork something?
No, just forgot. That said, you have an empty housing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like how I have the empty housing and not the...
You couldn't craft the full thing because you were missing the single-use screwdriver. Empty housing is just in there for some reason. But it's a convenient.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have the multi-fluid housing, so... Might as well craft this and then... That's cool. Okay. So you can do a triple steel plate, but not a...
I think you can manually craft a quadruple plate pretty easily. From just a triple and a single plate.
Oh. Why is this not working? It's not working because... You're an idiot. Alright, so I got the tool mold, I got that. Thank you. What are the other... Is this single... They're doing the molten steel. So we'll need that. We'll need a dual interface. We'll need our advanced tool casting machine. We got cable. The things I do just so I can continuously be lazy. There we go. We have another one in here. And this is holding our Arcanite as well. So we just need 20 cells, I think, to hold the Arcanite. I think I have all I need for this. But yeah, our permanently temporary setups, you know, it's kind of a staple at this point, don't you think?
Yeah. Certainly no avoiding it.
I mean, I've just personally come to accept it. And I know, like, Ryan is gonna come in here and be like, what the hell is this? And I'm gonna laugh and it's gonna be fantastic. We're just gonna have 101 temporary solutions, and it will be fine.
If it works, it works.
Exactly. And if it ain't broke, don't
fix
it. All right. So that'll make our screwdrivers. Are there any other problems I need to fix today? All right. You said I was gonna need 2 more of these plates. So we get that. So at this point, we need 12 cells of Arcanite. I can't believe I'm freaking losing my mind trying to make this thing just to make KGN happy. Like, this is the real Squirrel. You realize that, right? Making a multi-block well before we should be making this thing.
I mean, I wouldn't call it too early, but... What?
Apparently, Arcanite is not a
Ah. I guess it's time for volumetric flask?
No. Huh. Uh-huh.
Or that also works.
Alright, so 9, 10, all. We'll take our plates. We'll take our gears. Chrome. Well, how about that? We just so happen to have some of these.
Huh.
Huh. We also need, see, circuit. What tier? EV, 2 EV circuits. So I'll make those. Like I have the old one is because not all the recipes are updated and I'm way too freaking lazy to look for all of that. We should have the field generator. In call, whatever, smidget. Let's get one of those going. We have that, we have that, we have that. So I think once I get this block, we can at least get the controller made.
And the rest is not really... The rest isn't an issue.
Hmm.
Well, trying to figure out how to automatically recharge the chainsaws. That might be an issue, but there is a multi for it.
Is there?
I've heard there is a multi for it. I don't know the name offhand.
Well, if I stick like 32 chainsaws in there.
Yeah, it's gonna run for a while.
Does it automatic? You said it does not automatically output the chainsaws.
It should.
It should.
Yes. I've not tested the... I haven't tested the multi since I first tested it, and when I first tested it, oh god, was it a buggy mess.
Will it run without the chainsaws?
I think it does need a tool to produce logs, but you could craft regular saws. It's less output, but doesn't require recharging.
Because it'd be a shame if we were shoving single-use saws in there.
Yeah? Well, it would need to be an actual tool saw, not a single-use saw, but same difference.
Would it? Would it?
Well, the single-use wouldn't let the multi run, so not really, but...
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I got this.
Yeah.
One, two, three, four. And it doesn't require a clean room, it just needs to be an IV assembler.
Yeah. Also requires a funky circuit, but you can just set that as a ghost circuit.
Yeah. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. All right. So now to try to figure out how to automate charging. So what I was thinking is, you know how they have like this little chargy bus thing here?
Well, that's... See, there's a slight problem with the various battery buffers, charging buffers, etc. You can't input and output anything but single-use batteries automatically.
And we're 100% certain that that hasn't been tweaked.
I mean, I haven't tested it in a while. It may have been, but last I checked, that's how it worked.
Is this HB? That's LV. This is HV. I can test it on my wrench as well. We're testing for science. It's not charging. Well, actually, it's already fully charged, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine.
Huh.
And I wonder if it would export it back. So I'm going to put my chest in here, which is at 85%. So the issue is not with import. The issue is with export.
Huh.
Unless... Nope, the issue is definitely export. But... Oh. Hee. But... What if... I mean, don't I actually have a conveyor? I do. Alright, so I need another chest. So what if, then, we have the conveyor, and say I put in this. Alright, so it is definitely not exporting. So yeah, the problem is you can't export out of it.
Actually surprising.
But charging said there's a multi-block.
Yeah, I have heard about a multi-block charging thing.
Chargeable item bus for multi-blocks.
Ha! I have no idea what that thing is.
So if I what would happen if this was in a Ivy?
I have no idea. I have never seen those blocks before. Or at least haven't looked at it ever.
You know, I'm tempted. We're having a discussion, Princess. Zoe wants not. She's currently like meow meow meow. Oh, did I pull the thing off? No. I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't take anything off of this. Looks like I didn't.
Your Mac would have caught it if you did.
Well, what I don't know is I don't know what this is connected to. I don't see any wires. Oh, it's connected to the bottom. We're good. We're good. We're good. So, oh, do I have distilled water in here? No. Water, but not distilled. I wonder. I know he needs distilled water for his bee stuff. So, like, I don't see any. I see a water.
Maybe buy the bacterial fat.
Medium. Okay, so hear me out. What if we like yoinked some of this distilled water and just manually crafted some of these blocks?
I mean,
because we need sterile farm casing. So we'll add this to here. We need tubaga, frame blocks, tiny plant balls. I should have all of this somewhere. Tumbaga. Oh look, I can just auto craft this. This is gonna make 16, so let's just make 16 frames. Sounds like a good idea to me. Also, while I'm
that
at
will
it,
work.
can I just do this? Oh look, I have myself a tree growth simulator. Don't tell KGN. We need a medium voltage coil, which obviously is not on automatic. Why would this be on automatic? All right. Aluminium. I'm queuing that much up because of the fact that this goes into indium production as well. And we will be hitting a gallium vein where I have it placed. Or not gallium, but galena vein. So it's going to go through and burn a ton of aluminum. So I'm going to preemptively make some since I'm at 4,000. Can I even make the fine wire? Do I even have that option? I do have the fine wire. Is magnetic steel rod in there? It is. So I just need to pattern the coil. All right. It is a circuit of 1. And because I have the patience of a toddler, well, Flark. Okay. Change of plans. I have 16 of those. And then I need... I believe it's spruce planks that we have, so we're gonna just make a pattern. For this now. Circuit 2 assembler. I'm going the wrong direction. I think I'm going to make a distillation tower that I'll make distilled water to.
Could also do a T3 rocket squirrel.
I could do a T3 rocket squirrel, but we only have an hour and a half left. So it's more a matter of, do I have enough time for a T3 rocket squirrel?
It would solve the distilled water issue at least.
But we could get started on the parts. I need to get explosive production going for that, though. So we should have enough water in here for 16 of these. I want soap flakes because I never changed the pattern. Because I'm smart. That's sarcasm, by the way. Really? All I wanted was to be lazy. But the Greg said no. Now it's going to say you don't have any plant balls.
Either that or it's going to be complaining about steel missing.
But you know what? I have plant balls. I came prepared. I have over 3,000 plant balls. But I'll just grab a stack for you. Why? Why does that graphic bug happen every time? Ah. Now you were saying you run this at Ivy, right?
I tested it. I last tested it at IV, yes.
Alright. So what we're going to try is I am going to try to make this. I want to see what happens if we put the MV variant in the multi-block and it's an IV multi-block.
I genuinely have no idea.
Because
It might need external power.
if it needs external power, that's fine.
I'm curious if it is able to charge non-MV tier items.
Well, the reason I'm curious if it will do... Because, like, this is just an MV thing. It's not end of the world if... But... if it works, though... then... that would be amazing. Because I can have the chainsaws in here, and they could just stay in there. And it would be used, but it would also charge them.
Like, I don't know what other multi-block that hatch could have been made for. I don't know. One way to find out, I guess.
Yep.
Just hope it doesn't involve explosions.
We'll take a backup before we hook it up.
Well. Or I want MV tier chainsaws if you want to be careful with that.
MV tier chainsaw?
I mean, if
Yeah.
it doesn't charge HV tier, then you probably want MV tier. I don't know.
Yeah. Apparently the only thing we have in there, so I just need to figure out the chainsaw thing. What do I want to do for a tip?
HSSE would be probably the best you have access to, but it's going to take a second to cook.
So it's just steel plates. It's a pity I can't, like, see... Okay. I have G plates.
Oh, you actually have 6 ingots for HSSE.
Uh,
believe that's enough for 3 chainsaws.
I'm just gonna do 1 chainsaw test.
Reasonable.
No sense in wasting if in the end we're gonna have to do some a different tier.
In that respect, you could also try a different material.
I could, but I may use this chainsaw, so
Yeah. You do have a forest fire to enshrine.
wait, do we not have any medium batteries?
Not too surprising. This base isn't exactly built on MV tier technology.
So I think I saw a canning machine over here too. I don't think the assembler matters. Except it does need to be a dual. You'll do. Oh, that's a fluid canner. Oh, here we go. Do 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 do. All right, one very expensive chainsaw. And honestly, I have like no way of charging this thing. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, I guess you could slap the one boss into a random multi somewhere, see if it works.
This is front center. I need a maintenance hatch. If this works. Yeah, I could just choose a random multi-block, huh? Thing is I don't know what multi-blocks would be valid for it.
That's a very good question.
So let's see if this even says input bus any stocking input buses and crafting input buses and buffers are not allowed. So I can't have a stocking input bus or crafting input bus buffer. It has to be an input bus.
You don't really need more than a regular input bus.
But
Or multiple.
they never said anything about a charging input bus.
That they did not.
And what all? It needs an output bus, which it can be the ME output. It needs an energy hatch, and it needs a muffler. And
It basically needs an ME output bus.
Yeah. It just can't be stuck.
Might also want to grab 2 input buses if I remember right.
What are the input buses going to be for?
Sapling to tell it what type of tree to grow, as well as an input bus for the tools.
Which we have the charging input bus for the tool.
Right.
So I'll put that in a muffler hatch. Do I have a muffler in here? It'll do.
It's right next to the pollution vacuum cleaner.
Well, I have the muffler hatch right here, and then I have the yeah. I'm gonna be happy if this works. But also, I'm gonna be slightly sad if it works.
I am very curious to know what it is designed for if it doesn't work.
Might want to make more of these casings.
You only need 8 minimum, so you can fill in the rest with bogus hatches or buses if you want.
Yeah.
Just to test it real quick.
Yeah, you're right. I guess 2 more input buses. Oh, I should have got a third one. I don't think it likes this.
Probably not.
Just to verify.
Yep.
It could also be that I built it wrong.
I mean, it's 3x3x3 hollow with no restrictions that I'm aware of. At least none that are relevant.
Yeah, so it doesn't like the. So what are you used for? There is a charging, discharging bus too, but
Bizarre, I have no idea.
like I don't know. What multi-block it's for? Wireless charger. You got your voltage lockers. But nothing explaining what the multi-block charger's for. Yeah, there's no other block that shows up. Unless maybe I need the EV one?
I can't
Because,
imagine.
because it's an EV multi-block?
I have no idea.
Let's just make one. Let's just make one. Let's try it. Does tier matter? No. What is this used for? Is it not implemented yet?
I have no idea.
PTNH charging bus.
It's not like I can think of any other multi-blocks that care about,
Apparently, it's for the power station.
as in the power substation.
Yeah.
Ha! Never knew it had that function.
Yep. It is apparently for the power station. Well, now we know.
Yep. Today we learned.
So we still gotta find a way to charge this bloody thing.
Yeah, that I don't know. might be able to use a CSU, I think. Since anything Gractech is going to have the same output issue. I assume.
A CESU?
CESU. The GT, the IC2 MV, the bronze looking block.
Yeah, it's those batteries.
Yeah.
But if we get that hooked up and then have input output with it wouldn't be damaged, we'd have to check something else.
Yeah, this is why I really don't know how to automate the DGS personally. I'm sure there's a solution for it, I just never encountered it.
Unless it only exports when it's fully charged.
No, that IC2 is not that intelligent.
No, but the other thing is though. Yeah, because it has two different voltages, I don't know. Alright, so we got that. I got casings. Oh, we don't even have... Why do we not have the item casing extrusion? Wall plate. Why the fuck can I say steel plate? It's black steel, Damascus steel.
ETNH has a lot of steels.
Nothing is ever easy. Alright, so let's see here. We have a circuit of 10, a circuit of 1, a circuit of 2, a circuit of 9. I guess I'm making a brand new circuit. Alright, so that'll let me make the frickin' steel plates finally. Although it might already be in here. Even though I can't find the item casing. Let me check the extruder. Yeah, it's not in here. Okay. Blocks. Oh, no, there it is right there. There's just no recipes for it. Alright, so I don't have to do this, but... There's the copper one. There's the lead one. There is the battery. And now it's probably going to tell me, oh, we can't make that 2x copper wire.
Might also complain about the fact that you have full batteries in that recipe instead of empty ones.
That's true.
Also, it is getting pretty late here, so
Yep, you have a good one.
yep.
We'll see you later.
Later.
Of course, it wouldn't use the GT ones. Why would you use the GT ones? Now to see if we can auto-craft this. Alrighty then.
I grab a drink at the bar and pop into the club bathroom. Orbiting the dance floor, waiting for that moment. And when it clicks, sound begins to vibrate in my body. It's overwhelming, but I'm not afraid. It's like possession, and I transform. The dance floor pulls me in, and I surrender. Sensations. The air around me feels electric. I let go, and my body takes control. And my body takes control. I let go, and my body takes control.
Back in it. All this trouble just to test this thing.
The crowd has this hypnotic pull, and I can't tear myself away. Everything else falls away. And there is only this moment. It feels so right. I feel so right.
Alright, I know I'm gonna need an EV. We'll make a single one of these. We'll take one of these. This is EV to HV. We need a medium voltage. I know we have to have one somewhere. There we go. That's gonna be a little bit. Grab a fuzzy card. Transformer. Spruce sapling. Hmm. None of that's gonna help me. Alright, we got that charging. Let's see what kind of filter things I can do.
It's danger time.
Because we gotta check the power level of the tool to pull it out. Let's see here. Filter. That doesn't help me because it's RF. There's got to be a way. Maybe with a export, but that only supports import, so we'd need a item filter import. An item pipe. And maybe Like, I'd love to use the conduit, but I can't use the conduit because of the way the rules work. So for those watching, we're trying to figure out how we're gonna handle the automatic exporting of items out of this. And I tried conduits, but unfortunately conduits aren't going to work. It wants me to put a filter in there. I gotta make another one of these apparently. But we're trying to get it to only pull out a fully charged chainsaw, but we want to ignore durability damage. And I'm not sure how advanced we can get with this. This may end up just being something that we have to come back to. I keep getting my north and south mixed. Okay. Doesn't let me set the filter. Unless I have to drag it from there. Wait. Didn't it take anything out? Okay. What I will do How many are here? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. There's already 8 on here. So I can't actually do what I'm about to do. I need to get more dense cable. Of which I have to craft. Alright, we'll get that queued up. I got plenty of cable on me. We'll get a dense cable line going through here. And change that. Bring this online. Just fix the maintenance. Alright, never mind. We'll not fix the maintenance because that's broken too, so we'll do it this way. And this is producing trees without problem. Turn that off for a second. And I'll build a toggle switch. And then two level emitters. I have a machine controller, and I want some of that. We'll cancel this for now.
She's already here.
This will be the last thing we do today, I think. Getting this to turn on and off. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this, but we'll see. We'll see. So, Spruce Law. Just grab one. When levels are above or equal to limit. Are below limit.
Those scary men are gone now.
Goes, it toggled it. And that will pump out saplings like crazy, or not saplings, but logs like crazy until this hits 8 million. this caps at 8 million. But there we go. We got ourselves a tree growth simulator, which will hopefully produce a very happy KGN. And then I will play with the CESU to figure out how we can go about getting that to properly handle it. But it looks like it's actually going to last a while. We could probably change this over to a completely different voltage and it would be fine. So, all right. Well, thank you for joining me today. We got our Palladium done. We got the tree simulator done. We got this thing fixed. We got more turbines made, which reminds me I need to swap them out. We should do that now. We got a schematic for Ryan and KGN. And yeah, we did pretty good today overall. And I think this is a good stopping point, because I don't know what else to work on just yet. Not with everything else that we gotta do. So I will kind of take a look at things and plan next steps, and then we will be back next week, I think. So how do I get this out? Is it control? I don't know how to prop this up. I will figure that out. But with that, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.